Are you a lonely girl? Are you a lonely girl? Are you lonely, girl? Do you have no friends? You don't have no friends? Like me? Are you a lonely girl? Is you lonely? Girl, are you lonely? Are you lonely, girl? It's okay. It's okay to be alone. It's okay to be by yourself. And let me tell you why it's okay. Self-cultivate. You are your best friend at the end of the day out of anybody. You're your best friend, okay? I have 0 friends. I haven't had friends in like a solid 2 years. I have not been out. I know life is built on connection and all of that. And I used to be of the mindset that everyone should at least have just one person. But what good is having that one person if that one person isn't who you actually need to be in community with? You know what I'm saying? Like, commune with yourself first before communing with anybody else. Sometimes it's okay to have no friends because those friends only add to more noise and nonsense and noise, okay? I have not had a friend in like a legitimate friend and been out in like 2 years. I cut everybody off. I was like, this is not good. The people around me, 1, were not empathetic. 2, were not self-actualized or even trying to become that. And they were two-faced. Of course, actively while we were friends, I didn't realize this, but I was feeling it. I was feeling things, you know, and that's your intuition. Listen to your intuition. Don't ignore it like me. Your intuition will let you know, me and this person are not aligned. I don't need to be friends with them. And if that turns out to be every single person in your life that you know, like you started with like 10 friends and now you have 0, it's okay. Who cares? Who cares? Because it's better to be by yourself and cultivate yourself and understand what attracts you to another person as a friend, or what type of qualities you like in other people to befriend them. Then you can go ahead and magnetize to whoever you want to make you a friend. Then you can go forth and figure out ways to go ahead and cultivate friendships with others who matter, who you're actually more aligned with, right? Spend the time that you're friendless thinking about yourself, what qualities that you admire in yourself, and then in turn, what qualities you admire in others. So that way, y'all won't have no issues. Y'all won't be misaligned. Y'all won't be fake. Y'all won't be dishonest with each other. Be your own friend. Figure out your quirks. Figure out your thoughts. What makes you tick? What makes you you? Figure that out. Yeah. That's why it's good to be friendless. I feel like a couple years ago, before people started like talking about how like the dynamics of life can turn out sometimes, a couple years ago we were all saying,
if a person is friendless, it has to be that person.
No, sometimes you are just a person in proximity with people who just did not vibrate with you. People who you just could not align with. Maybe you could like get down and get by with them, get along to go along with them for a little bit, and it felt genuine. But then you start realizing, oh no, I don't think, you know, this is my crowd.
They're not my vibe.
Whether it's one person or whether it's a group of people that you're friends with. And maybe because of the types of places that you met these people at, you thought that it was neutral. You make friends anywhere, but sometimes you just weren't meant to meet people who you fully vibrate with in certain areas that you were at. That could be in the school that you went to, the job that you worked at, the state that you live in. It just felt like it at the time, and it felt convenient, and it felt aligned, I guess, because of similarity and proximity. But then you realize this is not it. It's not it. And then go off on your path. Be alone, baby. It don't matter. It don't matter if you have 0 friends for a time being. Not for your whole life, of course. But if you are friendless, like for a short time being, it's okay. It really is okay. The more you're alone, the more you're able to sit with your own thoughts. That way, you really know who you are. And so that way, you can know what you will tolerate within other relationships and dynamics and what you won't tolerate within other relationships and dynamics. I was not able to sit by myself for a long time and really reconvene and come back to myself and assess and think and do shadow work and things like that. So I didn't fully understand or resonate with who I was. And so that allowed me to be manipulated by fake friends, and that allowed for their projections and just negative, nasty energy and vibes to infiltrate my psyche because I wasn't aligned with the people that I called friends and who called me friends. In fact, they made it seem like they wanted to be my friend, all while doing unfriend-like things. I'm not a person like that. I'm too genuine. Like, if I'm actually your friend, if you do something I don't like or fully understand, I'm going to try to get to an understanding to then assess and see, you know, where we're at. I had people who were just nodding and agreeing with me or just deciding to actually misunderstand me and not find clarity, just find whatever reasoning that they thought in their head or just make up shit, completely misconstrue me and misconceptualize me because of their insecurities or their biases or their skewed perspectives. And they did that and then still called themselves my friend and then would talk behind my back or would ostracize me to others. You just gain more mental clarity and peace. You know who you are more when you're by yourself and you have no friends. It's okay, girl, if you're not going to the club. I haven't been to the club in 2 damn years. It's okay. Like, just find human connection in the everyday norm things that you do. Like going to the grocery store, going to the corner store real quick, taking a random trip to the park and walking around. You can still find connection and a semblance of community. And I mean that by just being in a community of other people, you know, people watching, letting people watch you, just connecting in that type of way. You can still do that with everyday mundane things and get your fix from that while you're by yourself. It's okay to just not have friends for a season. And that season may look like a couple months. It may look like a year. It may look like 2 years. Still within that, find some way to connect. Humans are built for connection. I understand that. But do not surround yourself just to be surrounded for the fun of it by people who you do not need to be surrounded by, who will only serve to skew your mind and disturb your peace. You don't want that. Don't let these people disturb your peace and your clarity. Girl, especially not during a time where you're trying to better yourself and maybe reparent yourself and maybe establish yourself within the world and within who you are trying to be. You know, you trying to become your higher self. You can't let people cloud your judgment and just mess up your journey of self. Take a journey of friendship with yourself first before you try to be friends with other people and take journeys and trips with them other places. Next thing you know, y'all gonna go on a friend trip out the damn country and everybody gonna be fighting, everybody gonna be angry, everybody gonna come back not friends. If you know yourself and you're able to commune with yourself and understand yourself, you wouldn't even put yourself in a position to be on a trip with girls who you know you're gonna go on a trip with and then come back not friends. And there was about 2, 3, 4, 5 fights. Every night there was a fight. That comes with growth sometimes. You got to go through it to grow through it sometimes. So I understand that. Your discernment really grows through things that you have been through. So yeah, just discern who you're supposed to be around and who you're not supposed to be around. So it's cool.
In my own little corner, in my own little chair.
You know? Yeah.
Lonely, baby.
Hey.
You gotta push me how I'm feeling now. I've been having mood swings like a Gemini. That happen, my nervous is scared of me.
What he say?
Lonely, baby. You don't know the feeling. In the clothes and bottle.
Say all that to say, if you're lonely, it's okay. You know, have fun with yourself. Have fun with yourself. It's fun to be lonely sometimes. Listen, of course, you're human. So sometimes, like, times do get a little lonely. It get a little too solitude-y. You know, a little too much solitude can ruin the mood sometimes. But you just gotta convince yourself. You know, when you're with your own thoughts, it can be kind of scary at first. Or, you know, you just feel so like, I don't know, like empty, like you should be doing something with someone, connecting humanly, but humans are not always meant to connect, okay? We all need to take a second and connect with ourselves and be with ourselves in our lives. Like for a long period of time, I feel like every human being should have that. Not everyone is able to have that within their lives. There are some people who have never had a moment to just like, and I mean an extended periodical time to just completely be by themselves. And that shows in some people, you can tell. I know it gets lonely when you're by yourself cultivating, but you just have to convince your mind that it's fun to be lonely sometimes. You just have to convince convince yourself that it is so fun to be lonely sometimes. And it really is, because you could do shit like this. It's fun to be lonely sometimes, girl. Try it out. I'm telling you. Sit with yourself. Be by yourself. Be your own friend. You're cool. You're cool. Don't stay lonely for too long, no, girl. That's what I'm trying to work on right now. I don't have no friends. I done moved to a different state. I've been here for, what, almost 6 months now. I don't have a single solitary friend. And that's okay, because I still feel like that's necessary for me to come into myself and be solid and grounded within my own energy and being. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna get there. But girl, if you don't have no friends, it's okay. I promise you, you are okay. You're cool. Live your life, babe, for you. Know you. Be you. Be who you are for your pride, girl. The way you could do that is by having a season of solitude. Stand in solidarity with yourself. Be by yourself. Be who you are for your pride. Be who you are for your pride. Be who you are for your pride, girl. You can do it. Yeah. Lonely, lonely, baby. Lonely, lonely, baby. Meanwhile, the old me would have had people judging me for doing this shit just now. When I'm just being human. I'm just being human. The friends that I had would have sat here and gave me just raised of uncomfortability to make me feel uncomfortable because they're uncomfortable with the human experience of just being yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, that's why it's good to be alone. Make friends on your time. Yeah. All right, bye, girl.